Greetings, Fire Chargers, Darkblade here, and in this video I am going to talk to you about my Conlang. So, this is what I have so far for my Conlang. Every single noun will have a stem, and what I call a nomen cap, which is the last syllable. The nomen cap is what conveys all the important information about the noun or adjective or pronoun or whatever, like its definiteness, its gender, its number, that kind of stuff, its case. So this is what happens. Every single nomen cap begins with a sonorant. There's something like M, N, W, Y, L, or R. So the first letter of the nomen cap, that initial sonorant, identifies the definiteness and gender of the noun. And then the rest of the nomen cap identifies the case, or in the case of pronoun, or for pronouns, the case and also other important information like the person and type and other meanings. In the case of adjectives, the case and what I call degree and objectivity. There is basic, comparative, and superlative. And also the objectivity is something objectively big or just subjectively big. And the length of the central vowel in the nomen cap is what illustrates the grammatical number. So what are the cases? There's the nominative, which is the basic subject case. There's also the targetive, which is for most objects. Technically, it's for whatever it's considered the target of an action. Direct objects are usually targets. The exception is with ditransitive verbs. For example, I give a turkey dog to the priest. In this case, priest, the indirect object would be the target and be in the targetive case. The destination of motion is always in the targetive case, and the reason for doing something can sometimes be in the targetive case if there are no other targets in the sentence. The complement is the accusative case, accusative being a combination of the words accusative and dative. The accusative case is used for all objects that aren't allowed to be in the targetive case. There's also the separative case, which is used for whenever there is a sense of separation or departing or leaving. For example, if you want to say that you broke up with someone, that someone would be in the separative case. There is also an ablative case, which is used for sources of information, and also when a simple past action happens or when a continuous action started. The dative case is used for where something happened, though never the destination of motion, that's always the targetive case. The dative case is also used for when a present or future event happens, or when a continuous action ends. There is also a receptive case, which is the equivalent of the nominative case, but is exclusively used with passive verbs. It is sometimes substituted with the nominative case in informal speech. There's also an equative case, which is used for the complement of copulas like is. It is also sometimes just replaced with the simple nominative in informal speech. What? I did that. The basic word order is subject first, though elements that are considered of higher honorific rank than the subject can be moved before it in the word order. I think there should be two different moods for the past tense. One is the normal indicative mood, and the other is what's called the outdative mood, which is used for conditions that were true in the past but have since become no longer true. And that's all I can think of for now about my grammar. Oh, yes. There is one other thing. And that is the denominator. Fractions are always said as numerator of denominator, and thus the denominator is always said in the genitive case.